Antonio talks the pick me Asian epidemic. Y'all love Antonio, so I'm gonna keep on reacting to bro. But this is an interesting topic. I don't know what a pick me Asian is.
So I've mentioned this on my channel previously. Minorities in America, they will turn a blind eye to racism as long as the white people view them better than the black people. Of course, it's not all, but it's very prevalent. If you're watching this video right now, if you're Indian or if you're Asian, you all got this one friend that wants to be white. He makes jokes clowning his own race, and they just fiend for the white approval. And like I say, bro, white supremacy has did a number on many groups of people in the world. We see it so much in the black community with the raccoons, you know, and it's just becoming more and more prevalent with minorities in America. So we got a tweet right here that says, is he eating with his hands? And it's a photo of Zohran Mamdani, who is running for the mayor of New York. And I see no problem with this photo. I say this all the time, but in America, white people feel like if things aren't done by their way, the white way, it's automatically wrong. It's just so ironic because there are many American foods that are ate with the hand. Pizza, fries, burgers, like hot dogs. So because they want to eat rice with their hands, it's automatically wrong. But when people do that, it's okay, bro.
Again, when we say white people, it's that certain racist group of white people that feel like everything needs to be done their way. They see people eating fufu, they're like, what the f is that? Is that gibberish? That's that monkey gibberish or some shit. Same thing with sports too. If it's not their type of sports, you're hooligans.
Someone quote tweeted this and said, I will speak on this again because I am Asian. I eat rice almost every day, and never once in my life have I eaten it with my hand. Use a spoon. This is disgusting.
That's such a weird tweet. Yo, that is such a weird tweet. That is such a weird tweet. Yo, why do you care that much, bro? What?
Hey, bro, she tap dancing, man. She want that white approval, boy.
That's a weird
this
tweet.
Is her, and I mean, it just looks like she wants to be white, in my opinion. Some of you American Asians really need to stop pretending you speak for Asia. You're not Asian. You're American with Asian ancestry. That's it. Having immigrant grandparents doesn't give you a PhD in other people's culture. Asia has thousands of cultures, hundreds of ways of living. Just because you've got Asian blood doesn't mean you get to call other Asians disgusting. You're not cultured. You're just allowed. You know what? Hey, and I applaud that, bro. I feel like every group of people is going to have that kiss up, you know, the raccoons, and we call them raccoons in here, you know. I don't know what y'all call them, but everybody has that group of people that just you just make.
Usually those group of people, they grew up in like a suburban household and they've had white friends their whole life. So in that regard, they feel like that they're one of them just because they grew up with one of them. But just being honest, and every single person of color knows this to the core, you are what your skin color and your ethnicity says you are. It doesn't matter if you grew up in the suburbs, the hood, no matter what. You are what your people are, all right? Now, you could be different. You have a different personality, right? That's where the whitewashed black people come from, whitewashed Indian, whitewashed Asian. That's cool, it's whatever. But at the same time, when those white people, or if they do, if you come across some white people who start dissing on your race, let's say they start talking about how if you Asian, you got small eyes and you can't drive, and you just sit there and laugh, kiki, ha, but they're not letting you get any jokes off on them, they don't really fuck you. I say this all the time. Racist jokes can be funny. I'm one person, I always say it. Racist jokes can be funny if it's going both ways and there's mutual respect between the parties. But if somebody's just trashing on your race and you're just letting that shit happen, at that point, you become a coon, in my opinion. Or a coon, or whatever y'all Asians call your whitewashed Asian Indians. You get what I'm trying to say, all right? That's how I view it.
You're sick, bro. What are you doing? Here we go. Another quote tweet. As an Asian, I feel I have authority on rice. Eating rice with your hands is gross, strange, and barbaric. Nobody in my family has ever done it.
Well, is it that bad? Bro, y'all never ate food with your hands. That's how we supposed to eat. That's how our ancestors ate. You think they had spoons and forks back in the fucking BC times? No, they got that rice and they loved it. It's actually, eating with our hands is actually a way better way to eat because you can gauge how hot the food is, how cold it is. That, you feel me? When you eat with your hands, you get less you get less tongue injuries from burns, and you can detect bones better. You're supposed to eat with your hands, but we just domesticated it because, cleanliness and shit.
He acts like utensils were never invented. And this is him. The picture's a little blurry.
Very weird tweets, by the way.
Just Gen Z conservative. Another tweet we have, you are Asian, you're American. As an Asian from Asia, I have authority to tell you that Asians have always eaten rice with their hands. And it's pictures of just people eating rice with their hands.
Yeah, it's like,
clearly,
what?
Nothing wrong with that. Someone quoted this tweet and said, Koreans,
Hey,
Japanese,
I don't know why that was such a big issue. There's nothing wrong with that, gang.
Chinese don't eat rice with our hands. It's only Southeast Asians. In my opinion right here, he's trying to imply that these Asians at the top are better than the Southeast Asians. And this is him, by the way, man. Oh my God, this dude, I think I saw a young guy.
Is it actually, to any Asian watching this video, is it actually something like that? I always get a vibe from the Korean, Japanese, and Chinese that they think they're different than the Vietnamese, Filipinos, and Laos, like them. Like, it's always a different vibe with them two. I don't know. It's kind of like, nah, I ain't gonna compare it to that, but is that true? Is it like an actual difference in how y'all view each other?
Do a video on him, bro.
In that aspect?
Yeah. Some white lady replied under that tweet and said, as my Singaporean friend used to say, the jungle Asians. Laughing emojis. 6,000 likes. That same lady from the first tweet,
fuck?
she ended up like replying under it. She said, this is accurate. There are jungle Asians, Southeast Asians, island people.
So I was right. I thought so.
People. And there are fancy Asians, Taiwanese, Chinese, Japan. Man, I can guarantee you they all view y'all niggas the same way though.
Also,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna keep it a big.
Ended up replying, fancy Asians, ha ha ha, 2,000
That's
likes.
such a
and then
crazy
she said,
concept.
Asian racism actually goes hard. We're funny. I mean, god damn, get off her dick, my nigga. Golly. Look at this comment, yo. The browns of Asians don't count. It's known. Hey, bro, this thread is crazy. It's like very. If you Asian, it's gonna make you mad. I'm not gonna read no more of this, bro. But it's mainly
shit's so
other
weird to me,
Asians
man.
feeding into it.
Also, like in America, most people just view y'all all as Asian. It doesn't matter if you're Korean, Chinese, Laos, Filipino. Most people just view you as Asian as soon as they see that you're Asian. I'm gonna be honest. So you attacking inner Asians, like it's just like, come on, man. Like I don't know, that shit weird.
So this is a screenshot from a TikTok. And it says true.
We shouldn't view Asians like that either, you know. I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of weird shit. It's a lot of gray area with Asian people.
Which
I'm
I
gonna be
believe is
honest.
Korean, Chinese, and Japanese. And then chopped Asians are basically all the South, Asian countries, bro.
Aren't Japanese Asians notorious for not being the most attractive out of all Asians? Now, I'm not saying that. That's just what I heard. That's a crazy statement. I'm gonna be honest. If what I heard is true,
And like I say, bro,
that
all
whole
time in history,
that's weird.
The lighter you are, the better. Whiteness is considered the standard, like it's the best. I don't know why, but yeah. And if you're darker, you got some brown, some melanin in you, you're at the bottom, bro. It's always been like that.
I have not talked about this topic in a while, but I came up.
That's a new concept. It's like, well, it's not a new concept. Before this whole white supremacy or white savior shit happened in society, black people, dark-skinned melanin was better way back in the day. They just erased it from the history books. But that's a deeper bag. I'm not even gonna get to that.
Across a video of this Filipino girl that moved to Australia, and she found her Australian boyfriend, and he's Caucasian. I'm all about bringing culture together. I think it's amazing. People are interested about the Filipino culture. I'm like, hell yeah, this is what it is. But I think I just drew the line when she posted a video of her boyfriend or husband, I don't know what they are now, and she captions it, "Hey future kids, I've just secured your blue eyes and a better nose." And I know that this is an ongoing thing, and I can't speak about someone's experience, but I remember when I was in school, this is the biggest thesis I have in one of my paper, and I did a lot of research, and I read books and studies about it, especially things that has to do with colonial mentality in the Philippines, and the ideation of whiteness, and not just skin color whiteness, but the idea of what whiteness can bring to the Philippines and the social status that can give you. A lot of Filipinos, when they look at someone who's white, they already correlate that to someone who's better and better in a lot of aspects
that's
in life.
Worldwide.
Like
that is literally worldwide, bro. Black community, we see that. You know what I'm saying? Like like colorism in the black community, featureism in the black community. If you got a big nose, it's ugly. You got big lips, it's ugly. You know what I'm saying? Your skin darker, it's ugly. But if you got a skinny nose, you know what I'm saying? If you
I don't know why that's a thing either. Like a big nose looks better on your nose. I'm gonna be honest.
If you got
forms your face better,
lighter skin, this shit is worldwide, bro.
Standings.
I also say, okay, I have some Filipino friends, and the concept that this guy is talking about, it's just weird, but it's true. Like, I don't know, when Asians get to America, they just want it. Like, some Asians just want to be like considered white. They don't want to be considered a minority. So what they do, they marry into like white families. So like that's why the stereotype of the attractive Asian girl getting with a regular white guy. That's where that stereotype came from. So I think they view it. I think they do that because they think that that's gonna get them like a higher status in America. Which, I mean, okay, but like it's just weird. I don't know, man.
Jobs. In one of the papers that I read, a lot of Filipinos subconsciously try to reach that level. It is not new. If you just go to the Philippines, go to any kind of store, every soap is whitening soap. Everything is all about making your skin whiter. Actors and actresses
crazy,
are revered
man.
for having more Eurocentric features, and if they're half white, oh my god, they're just, doesn't matter if they have talent or not. Doesn't even matter if they can speak the language or not. They'll be a really famous Filipino actor. Besides the point, I know where the hurt is coming from, especially because a lot of those papers and books that I've read has talked about that. But I think the goal now, and I can't keep talking about the past. I just need to be able to talk about the present. And so the goal now is like, especially my own personal goal, is to elevate me being Filipino, elevate me and my culture.
I feel for y'all, man. Y'all gotta start checking these bootlickers in the Asian community, dog, for real.
Asian racism is always like slightly, just a little bit more accepted for some weird reason.
One reason is our own people. Let me show you something. Think it stops
y'all
there?
doing good too,
No.
man.
Oh, I just got this. I don't know why it took me that long to get this. I'm not gonna lie. I just got this shit. I just got it. When the food be looking extra good. I just got it.
Asians eating pets in the year 2025, getting hundreds of thousands of likes. More likely than you think. I censored that guy's face because I'm 90% sure they're a minor, and hopefully they grow.
Posting that online is crazy. That's like, okay, that's like me. I'm not even gonna go there. All right, anyways, let's just keep on going.
He is not an isolated incident. There are so many Asians who are quick to use stereotypes as the foundation of their jokes, of their humor. Whether people want to admit it or not, this perpetuates racism. It normalizes it. Comedy is powerful. Comedy transcends
That's what I be saying
communities
about these.
in
Oh, bro, just
positive
the way you can
ways
say
and
it's funny.
negative ways. Asians are more than capable of being funny without relying on racial stereotypes as a crutch. I like to use Nat Community Channel on YouTube as a great example of that. I grew up with her. So funny. You don't have to use an accent. So why do some Asians do this? A lot of the time it has to do with wanting to appeal to other communities or gain approval from them.
I will still stay on my point about I don't think Asian jokes are, I mean, not Asian jokes, racist jokes are bad. Unless, as long as it doesn't get to a certain extent. Just keep it in the bag.
Easy to assimilate into another culture if you betray your own. Another reason is that there are opportunities for material gain. There are many creators, comedians who've built a platform off of racialized humor, off of exaggerated accents, making fun of their parents, and they get rewarded.
Now, I will say this. If your whole identity online is you making racist jokes, like on some king back shit, a funny little racist joke from time to time is whatever, right? But if that's your whole identity, you're not really funny then, bro.
This happens in the black community too. Y'all remember old boy? Damn, what's his name? King Batch. You know, he used to do.
Yeah, he clocked it immediately.
Time, you know, and when I was young, it was like, okay, it was. I mean, I'm not gonna be that type of person that be like King Beck wasn't funny, because for his time he was funny. That was funny at the time. But looking back, it was like it was lame, bro. You was doing corny little shit like that to, you know, appease other audience. He got big off of that, and we still see it today. You got people just man, hey, this shit is real.
For it. They get brand deals. They get opportunities to perform at big stages, the Golden Globes. Unfortunately, I think that Asian racism will continue to not be taken seriously. It's not just these aspects. There are others, like the model minority myth. Having positive stereotypes is not a good thing, trust me. Those rob us of the nuances in our communities, and that's a whole nother bag of rice to open for a different day. Every time an Asian decides to use an exaggerated accent and stereotypes to build their platform, a Japanese government official denies their war crimes.
Things I did as an Asian kid to fit in, which was just internalized racism. When I was younger, I developed a serious case of internalized racism. I grew up playing sport in Australia, and it is a very male, Western dominated culture. I grew up in Australia, so my accent is real, but I knew that in order to fit in, I would just turn up my Australian accent a little bit more. I would really pull out my twang like a little bit more to sound like them in order to get a bit more respect. The other thing that
Is it just me, or like has the Asian making fun of the Asian accent thing? It's not really funny. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe like occasionally it'll get a laugh out of me, but like I don't know why people think that's so crazy.
did was I used overly complicated words when explaining things to try and sound more intelligent, because I think deep down I felt like who I was or my culture or where I came from wasn't enough. And so if I used extra smart words, then maybe I would feel enough, when you are already enough just as you are. I remember going on this trip to Asia with one of my friends who was Malaysian, and she was just so proud of being Malaysian. I was like, oh wow, I'm Asian, but I don't really think I'm proud of my culture. And so that kind of set me on this journey of learning how to be proud of who I am and the family that I've come from. Because not being proud of your culture, it's kind of denying your family background and where your parents are coming from and who they are as well. And so it's been a really interesting journey, kind of coming back to reconnect with my roots and learn what makes my culture beautiful in order to fully understand what actually makes me as a human more beautiful. I'm really curious to know what you did when you were younger, if you experienced something similar, and if you did anything to hide your Asianness.
Hey, if you Asian, how do you feel about this? I can guarantee you probably got a friend that fits the stereotypes of those people tweeting. If you really don't have a brain for yourself and you the type that want to fit in, being a minority in a predominantly white space will do that to you. You know what I'm saying? Like we see the raccoons in the black community. Like, it's so many. Like, it's crazy now. I see what the Asians, like, on Twitter, what they got going on, man. That is wild. And I see that all the time. Like, I've been seeing so many videos on my TikTok of other Asians speaking out about their internalized racism. And I want to say this, as a white person, bro, you do not have to feel bad to be white. Like, my point in these videos is just to show y'all that being European and white is like the standard. It's been the standard for a very long time. And nowadays, you got white people be like, oh, we're suppressed. We're not the... They're only feeling bad because we just want to be recognized as well. Equality feels like oppression to these people. It's just crazy. I think the game came out, the Ghost of Tsushima.
A lot of those people who are saying that those white people who are saying that white people are oppressed, what do y'all mean by that, man? I'm really curious. If in the comment section you know what that means, I'm really curious about that. How are y'all oppressed?
The character was an Asian woman, and you had people mad. I mean, they was about to not buy the game, and it's like, bro, how many games do we have with a white male protagonist? Nobody says anything. We just play the game. We enjoy it. Like Last of Us, Red Dead. Like, bro, we Uncharted, bro. Every pretty much game growing up is a white male protagonist. So when I see games like, GTA 5, I get to play with Franklin, I'm happy. It's just representation. We can't have representation. So yeah, man, I feel like it's important that if you're a minority and you got these type of people in your community, bro, check them, because it's only going to make things worse. Nobody likes to kiss up. No one likes to kiss up, bro. I thought this was something that was kind of just mainly prominent in the black community, but as I'm seeing, it's y'all got a lot of shit to deal with too.
I'll also say this. Hold on, give me a second. If you're white, if you're a person of color and you grow up in a white predominant area, don't let people tell you that, oh, you're too suburban, or oh, you're too this and you're not black. Because a lot of times with those whitewashed black people, right, where they like end up taking that turn to where they start hating their own people, is because their own people rejects them. I'm not gonna lie. So while the coons and the whatever, you feel me, that is an issue, I will say a lot of times from when I've talked to people like that who are whitewashed and who I could identify who are whitewashed, right? A lot of times they just feel like they belong more in white circles than in black circles, because they don't feel like they can really, you feel me, get along with black people. I don't understand it, but I don't really think they're horrible people. I just feel like they are a product of their environment a lot of times. That's not an excuse to hate your own race, but at the same time, everybody's a product of their environment. I will say that. But yeah, okay. I think that's really the end of. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Good perspective, Antonio. I ain't like good video. I didn't really know Asians had pick-me's like that. I didn't. Well, I did, but like I didn't know that it's become that big of an issue. Yo, some of the Asians on Twitter was speaking crazy, talking about it's crazy. Like you're disgusting for eating rice with your hand. Like what? I don't know. But okay. Anyways, that's it. That's the end of the video. We out.